Probably going to get some hate from some people because of this, but this is my beliefs, and I believe that Saw, the whole Saw franchise, is not horror. Now, I know this is going to be topical to some people, but it's a thriller. It has the exact same plot that thriller films do. People get kidnapped, people get tortured, people get killed. I mean, sure, there's probably people going, but it's bloody and it's violent and people get killed in silly ways. Yeah, they do. But then that happens in most thriller films, and I know that I'm not the only one that thinks this. It's an over-glorified and over-gorified thriller film. All of them are. Now, I know that people are going to say, but Saw's always been horror, it's shocked people. Just because a film shocks people does not make it horror. I mean, horror is normally something that's frightening, it makes you jump, it alters how you think about things. So, you can't really say that it scares you much because the chances of this happening to you are probably about 1 billion to 1. I mean, if you want a better example of something similar happening, I watched a film which was set in Brazil, and it was about people being kidnapped and killed for organs. I mean, that is shocking and that's scary because it has happened to people. However, it doesn't happen to people. No one creates traps, no one kills like that, as far as I know. And it's just, I know this is going to sound stupid because all horror films are, but it's unrealistic. I mean, it's not that frightening. I mean, sure, the original Saw had it's intense, sure, it's an intense thriller at best, but the people who call it horror films are wrong because it's not. I don't know how it's become associated with Halloween time. Probably because of the amount of, or even the torture porn genre, because I mean, Hostel, at least that shows the mistreat that actually happens to people. This is people's own choices. I mean, there's one where someone's got to take a night out to get a key. I mean, there's a difference between making it scary and a horror and making it a thriller, which is what Saw did. I'm not saying that I don't love the films, because I love them to pieces, don't get me wrong. The second one is one of my most favourite and most intense films of all time. But I truly believe that it is not a horror film, it's a thriller. And that is what I will always think. I know there's people that will agree with me, I know there's people that will disagree with me, and I know for a fact that there's people that won't give a crap what I think. But when it comes to the thriller genre, Saw is probably the most famous franchise of it, but no one ever goes to thriller for Saw. They go to horror, and it doesn't make sense to me.